not a lot of West Ham news. I say news and gossip, more gossip than news. So I'll keep it short and sweet. And, well, who am I kidding? It will be neither short nor will it be sweet. Anyway, it's a West Ham video. That's all I can promise you. I'm just going to read through a few of the news stories, what's doing the rounds in the West Ham world at the moment. Let me just start with something that annoyed me. Actually, no, before I do start with that annoyed me, let's go with something that seems to be making a lot of people happy. It appears that there's been much jubilation about Jesse Lingard gifting Leicester City a goal when they got trounced. I think it might have been Maddison. He might have gifted Maddison's goal. A bit of miscontrol. Should have probably cleared it. He didn't do. Leicester scored a goal. Now I understand that there is probably there's a lot of, I was going to say banter. It's not banter towards Jesse Lingard, is it, at all? People are rightly peeved because he led us a merry dance for such a long time. Basically, he chose Nottingham Forest over us, supposedly because of some perceived project or something like that, when we all knew it was really about money. And now it's not going so well. So I understand it, because he dangled the carrot for ages, didn't he? He teased us. He carried it on for so long. So giving it all of that and the chicken run and Nathan's. Maybe I made the Nathan's bit up, but whatever. There was loads of stuff, wasn't there? Loads of teasing going on social media, and in the end, he basically turned around and signed for someone else because they offered him more money. So I sort of get it, but I've always thought, and you'll notice if you watch the channel regularly, I've always thought that Jesse Lingard's best time of his career, when he finishes his career and he looks back, will be his time at West Ham. I'm not saying he won't have enjoyed some time, and so, you know, he played really well alongside Rashford for a little bit at Man United, didn't he? He played, obviously, for England. I'm not saying he won't be proud of those moments. When he reflects back and someone honestly asks the question, Jesse, when were you at your very best as a professional footballer? It will be the loan spell at West Ham. I mean, he's never going to match that. So, hey, it's just one of those things, I guess. The whole Nottingham Forest thing, I'm just trying to keep quiet, because I'm aware that West Ham are not doing particularly well. If I say keep quiet, I'm talking on a bloody YouTube video. The irony of that, eh? But when Jesse signed for Nottingham Forest, a lot of Nottingham Forest fans came onto this channel, and there was a lot of boasting going on about what they were going to do this season. So I'm just keeping my powder dry on that one. But you go and look back on that video and you read some of the comments there. You'll know what I mean. But I can't be smug at the moment because West Ham are not doing particularly well. Anyway, there you go. That was a particular news story. Right, let's get to Martin Keown quickly. Martin Keown said he's not convinced by £30 million West Ham star. Okay, right. This is in a website called Caught Offside, which is also a magazine. So who's the £30 million star? That's what you're asking. Martin Keown admitted that he isn't convinced by West Ham's new signing, Thilo Kehrer. What? He didn't cost £30 million. Anyway, it says the German defender signed Paris Saint-Germain, blah, 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 blah. Let's find out what Keown said. So he's not completely certain about him. So it's interesting because during the last years, Moyes has started to improve the team, and the manager, he's been maturing and developing his wide players, blah, blah. What's he going on about? He basically turned around, he said, I've seen Kehrer come in central defence, and I'm not completely certain on him. I'm not sure he's that good. What? What are you talking about? I don't know. It's a nothing article. It's a nonsense article. It's not even really news, as I would describe it. Let's get to something that is a little bit of news. There's more Declan Rice and Chelsea stuff, by the way. But West Ham have been linked with another player. And look, the guy's name is Noa Lang. That's a great name. It's a fantastic name. Who is he? Well, he's a Dutch international, 23 years of age. Very, very good player. 9 goals, 15 assists. For last season at Club Brugge. Probably should say that, plays for Club Brugge. There's a few journalists who are saying there might be something in this. Now, normally I don't believe this stuff. I'm not saying I necessarily believe this one, but it did seem that most of the last transfer window, when a set number of journalists, a lot of them who were covering this, said we were interested in the player, we tended to either buy them or bid for them. So I don't know. Another winger, not sure, unless it feeds in to the whole Benrahma situation, which is another article which I will I will get into now. But anyway, apparently there's Noa Lang. It's Leeds United, us, AC Milan, and Atletico Madrid. Those 4 clubs always get mentioned together, of course. Apparently they're interested, which sort of feeds in to another article I've read about Said Benrahma. Before I do go into that article, please do give a little look in the link below. Give a little look, download in the link below the sponsor for this video, who are the One Football app. Now, the One Football app is your one-stop shop for all your footballing needs, but it covers everything, all the Premier League stuff, all the international stuff. You don't have to read through all that rubbish. What you want is just West Ham news. So when you download it, it asks you, who do you support? What news do you want delivered to your phone? I just click West Ham, and then all it does, it goes and selects all the news from all the different newspapers, all the different websites, bundles them all up in one place, bungs them to your phone, so you don't have to go searching for all that West Ham news. They're very sharp on match day. The lineups are out, sometimes even before the club get the lineup. I've not worked out how the One Football app know what the lineup is before West Ham know what the lineup is, but hey, who cares? The most important thing is that the app is free. If you don't like it, you can just uninstall it, undownload it, whatever it's called, you can undo it. One Football app, check it out. Please use your link below. They'll know you've come from Hammer's Chat. Okay, so let's have a little read of this article here. West Ham forward has no future under David Moyes after latest omission. Despite creating the most chances of West Ham this season, Said Benrahma keeps getting subbed in the starting lineup. The 27-year-old was unused substitute for West Ham this weekend against Wolves. That we've covered that. I'm not saying the article knows we've covered that. I'm just saying we've covered that. We know all of this stuff. It basically says with Maxwell Cornet coming in, Benrahma has no future. Now, the reason I mention this, because I did mention it yesterday, maybe, just maybe, the Noa Lang link. Why am I thinking? It's Rocky, isn't it? It's Clubber Lang. Anyway, don't worry. Forget it. Don't worry. It's just me. It's been running around my mind. I think that becomes more believable. It might be after another attacker if we let Benrahma go. I really hope we don't. I really hope we don't. And there's a massive opportunity for Benrahma to play against Anderlecht, and let's just hope he can do something. In terms of Cornet, we're still waiting for some news on that. There's no. I've not heard the. I've not had the results of the scan back. Sorry, I did this joke with Gio as well. Gio said he'd not had the results of the scan back. I've not had the results of the scan back. Not my scan, not Gio's scan. No Cornet's scan. We've not heard. We don't know whether Cornet is broken or fixed or fine. We just don't know anything about it. There's one. Okay, so I've tried to ignore this article, right? Ex West Ham United employee spoke about it on his podcast. What was it? West Ham Zone have picked up on it. Clarence Hugh are running it. Tribal Football have got it. Caught Offside have got it. 442. There's a lot of people who are now running with this story that basically Jarrod Bowen is unhappy with something David Moyes said. Now let me just I just want to make sure I've got this absolutely right. So apparently in an interview, I didn't hear the interview, and I slightly paraphrase here. David Moyes was asked about Jarrod Bowen getting back to form. Obviously, Jarrod Bowen was excellent against Wolves. And Moyes was asked about his dislocated finger. And as I understand it, Moyes plus reference to Bowen who dislocated his finger in the game against Wolves and asked it all bent up, well, all contorted, all nasty, and popped it back in, and he carried on. And David Moyes alluded to it by saying something along the lines of, yeah, he did have a dislocated finger, but to be fair, he's been playing so far this season like he's got a dislocated foot. All right? I've got to say, if that's how it was delivered, I think it's quite funny. Anyway, the reason it's a story, it wouldn't be a story, is apparently Bowen is offended. That's not Two Little Rabbits, that's inverted. He's offended by it. Now, I think if it was nasty, then fair enough. But it doesn't sound to me like it was. And I think there's a lot of people who are basically saying, oh, yeah, the comments were unnecessary, or, you know, some have done it, X didn't say out of order, but someone else said out of order. And I just think, you know, if he is offended, I really hope he's not offended. You know, I really don't. As somebody that worked on a building site for years and years and years, it's not like someone's in, you know, if it's done in jest and done as a joke and it's meant well, I think it's absolutely fine. In fact, only yesterday I was very nicely insulted by one of my friends who was asking about the trick or treating, was asking about the pump. We normally do quite a few pumpkins here. The kids go out trick or treating. He asked if the kids were all getting ready for Halloween and all the rest of it. And I said, the kids are. They've got their costumes. I haven't got mine yet. I need to get myself a nice Halloween mask. He turned round to me. He said, you've been wearing one for the last 48 years, haven't you? Boom. There you go. Good joke. But, you know, it's just the way people talk. It's the way people are. David Moyes turning around saying, "Been playing like he's got a broken foot all season." Oh, you know, hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's not. I would just say, you know, maybe lighten up a little bit on that. Does it really matter? He's back to form now. He's playing like a man who's I was going to say he's playing like a man who's got 3 feet. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, hopefully it's all sorted. I'm going to leave you now on that bombshell. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's build up to the game, isn't it? Obviously, big game against Anderlecht tomorrow. So I will catch up with you then. What are you still doing here? You should. I'm surprised there's no video. There's nothing to see here. This is purely the naughty section. This is the naughty step. I'm going to tell you something, right? Everyone's gone now. It's just you lot. You know what I'm going to say. You lot who stay for this stuff. You're my favourites. You really are. Not like the other lot. The lot that only watch the first 10 seconds. I can't be doing with them. I can't tell them that, quite frankly, because I need them to stick around to watch the first advert, really. Otherwise, I don't get any money. Anyway, what I was going to say was, so when I do these videos, particularly when I do the news roundup one, I go looking through. I rely heavily on the one football app. I'm not doing an advert for you now. You've either downloaded it or you haven't, right? But when I use the One Football app, they really do take the news from loads and loads of different websites. And they use a couple of them that are always there. 442's always there. Tribal Football, Caught Offside. There's loads. It's just like there's The Independent. Portugal. That's actually a website. Portugal. Give Me Sport. Football 365. There's loads of them, right? Anyway, this Caught Offside is awful. I mean, it's truly awful. So earlier on in the video, I said, basically, I've called Thilo Kehrer a £30 million player. That's just some of the articles are just awful, right? Where's this one? West Ham, it's this. West Ham set to be handed massive boost by UEFA. I thought, oh, this is a little bit. So it's basically this article saying, when it comes to UEFA's financial fair play, West Ham have a huge advantage due to the match day revenue. I thought, oh, you're going to give me some information I don't know here. This is really interesting, isn't it? So it said the Hammers are ranked 8th among all of Europe's clubs for match day attendance, beating the likes of Spurs, Arsenal, and even Real Madrid. Right? Fine, there's no surprise there. With our season ticket holders, I think capacity is up to 66,000. Yes. So I think, but is there some loophole that we don't know in FFP? And it says financial football guru, whatever, Dan Plumley. Who's Dan Plumley? I've never heard of him. Kieran Maguire's the financial football guru. He said, anyway, he spoke to West Ham Zone about the Londoners' current situation. He said, certainly, if you look at the new FFP regulations in the simplest light, then the more you earn, the more you can spend based on that, said Plumley. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit crazy. I mean, are you joking? The more you earn, the more you can spend. That's a bit like saying, the more you eat, the fatter you get. It's a weird thing to say. Anyway, so match day revenues are always a boost in that regard, and if you can have more fans than the opposition, TV deals are relatively fixed within the league, so you don't get much more for other clubs unless you play in Europe. So when you look at any match day or commercial gains to give you a financial edge, in West Ham's position, being able to fill that stadium can give you an edge. What's he going on about? I thought there was some insight. There's no insight into there. It just doesn't. It's a nothing article, and I'm sorry, it is actually full of them. The reason it's a nothing article is because it's not everyone gets the same TV deal at all. It's absolute nonsense. You finish top of the league, you get £30 million more than the person at the bottom of the league. The top clubs have all got these massive, massive commercial deals that make all the difference. And if you scratch beneath the surface, West Ham don't get any catering from the London Stadium. The tickets are so cheap. We really don't make that much. I guarantee you. They have more fans than Arsenal or whatever, Tottenham. We won't get near their matchday revenue. Nowhere near. Probably do more than Everton or something. But anyway, there you go. I just thought it was... Funny. I think there's loads and loads of them. Anyway, I'm not gonna bore you with it. I already have bored you with it. Anyway, little saucy bit at the end. There's nothing saucy about it. I say I am genuinely gonna go now. I am gonna go, and I will see you tomorrow.